Now, if a minister has interfered in the functioning of the censor board, it's unacceptable. If a member of parliament has called up a member of the censor board saying, clear this movie, don't clear this movie, that person must be taken on, that person must be exposed, that person must be asked to resign. But is there the proof tonight? What is the proof of censorship? Or is it just an allegation? Is this all political? Is this sponsored by the Congress party perhaps? Ira Bhaskar, former member of the CBFC, is with us. Tom Vaddakan is former member of the Film Certification Appellate Tribunal. There on one side, Priyanka Chaturvedi, Congress spokesperson, with them, and on the other side, Vani Tripathi of the BJP. Ira Bhaskar, you've been saying a number of things all day. Can you show us one piece of evidence? Show me one piece of evidence right now which proves that there was interference in the functioning of the censor board.
I've actually said different things, Arnab. What I've been saying is that the resignation of the chairperson is a culmination of a number of events, questions, queries, suggestions that we have been making over the last 2 years. In fact, in December 2013, we had sent a letter to the then minister about various issues that we were disturbed by, and also the fact that the CBFC needed to be strengthened. As a board, we were willing to work with the government to actually strengthen the system, which would have been for the benefit of all concerned.
You didn't resign then.
We were a board that was committed.
But you didn't resign then. Leela Samson didn't resign then, so it's political.
We did not. No, we did not. No, please listen to what I'm saying. We did not resign then because we behaved responsibly. We raised issues with the minister, with the government, and we obviously wanted to work with the government to do this. Now, subsequently, no, just a minute. Subsequently, we have not had a meeting of the board. January 2014 was the last meeting we had. We have not had a meeting for a whole year.
But who should convene the meeting of the board?
No response.
No, whose job is it to convene a meeting of the board? Whose job is it to convene a meeting of the board?
For the meeting, why don't you let me finish? We ask for a meeting, the ministry has to clear it. It has to release funds to organize it, and it is the job of the CEO to do it. And we have been told in April, when we asked for a meeting, the board meets every 3 months. When we asked for a meeting in April, we were told that the government is going to change and the meeting cannot be held now. Subsequently, in June, July, when we asked for a meeting, we were told there were no funds. In August, meanwhile, letters were issued extending our term. Our term had actually expired in April, at the end of April. Letters were issued 2 months after this date.
Miss Bhaskar, Miss Ira Bhaskar, I have Miss Bhaskar. Miss Bhaskar, 1 minute. I'm intervening here now. Because I asked you right on top that you proved tonight allegation of interference in the functioning of the censor board. You have not been able to prove that. If you have been unable to prove that, then you can't make the charge.
I'm sorry.
This is what Leela Samson has said. Leela Samson has said that there is interference in the functioning of the censor board.
I'm not Leela Samson.
Fine, but you know,
I'm not Leela Samson.
Okay, so fine. So then that's so you say that Leela Samson is making this up.
If you've asked me here as a member of the board, I must speak as a member of the board.
No, was there any specific interference from the ministry or any politician with regards to the release of Messenger of God, this controversial movie that has been put out by Gurmeet Rahim Singh? Was there any pressure either to deny or grant clearance for this movie? Was there any such? Because if there is such,
I am not aware of that.
But if you are not aware of that,
I'm not aware of that. But if you let me speak,
no. But Miss,
if you let me speak, I will
Miss Bhaskar, this is a debate show. I'm going to go to others. 1 minute, please. Vani Tripathi wanted to rebut you. My point is, if in this country there is proof that a minister or a member of parliament is interfering in the censor process, let the proof be produced now. Let the minister, let the politician apologize for it. But there is no proof tonight. Ms. Bhaskar has been unable to produce any proof tonight.
Should regular procedures be followed or not? Should regular procedures be followed or not?
Ms. Bhaskar, my question is, where is the interference that is there? Why is Leela Samson speaking in general? This appears to me that a number of Congress appointed people have suddenly decided that everything is going wrong They never spoke up till the Congress party was in power. Vani Tripathi.
Just a minute.
Vani Tripathi, please. Rebutting you. Vani Tripathi, please. Vani Tripathi.
Why would we write a letter to the Minister of the Congress?
Vani Tripathi, please.
Arnab, this is the most bizarre theatre of the absurd which is playing out since morning, and I'm actually, very thankful to you and your channel that you've actually picked it up as a primetime debate today, because this whole bizarre story which is flowing out is so incorrect, and it's not just a can of worms. The kind of allegations which Madam Samson, who I respect a lot even as an artist and as a known classical dancer, she has said things which are not just unfounded, they're absolutely incorrect. Number one, she is the chairperson of the Censor Board, and as Ms. Bhaskar says that their tenure finished in April, it is the grace of this government that this Censor Board and the chairperson was allowed to continue for such a long time, so that no bias of any kind on the part of the ministry or the government is ever, put upon them. Number two, she says a meeting has not been called. The ministry has never called. The ministry, please let me complete. The ministry has never ever convened a meeting of the Censor Board, and anybody can check up these records. It's up to the chairman of the Censor Board who calls a meeting, and she says that the ministry said there are no funds. There are 25 lakh rupees actually lying completely unused, which will be lapsed as funds, and this can also be checked.
Saying that
another very bizarre thing. Miss Samson is alleging that there was coercion, there was corruption.
Yes.
As Colonel Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, the Honorable MOS, said today, not a single message or a letter was sent to the ministry. Also, let me remind you, on 18th of August, the CEO Rakesh Kumar was actually arrested on bribery charges. Why did Miss Samson keep quiet then? Why was she absolutely silent at the time when her own CEO had actually been arrested by the CBI? And the most bizarre thing of all, this movie in question, which is probably being used as a ploy to actually bring out all of this, and it's good it's coming out, because then you know that the Censor Board is actually going to lose its credibility if this kind of mudslinging is going to happen. It is lying with the Appellate Tribunal.
Ms. Bhaskar and Priyanka Chaturvedi
and headed by a judge, Reva Khetarpal, and we will very soon know what the tribunal says about this.
This is
bizarre, it is absolutely unfounded, and this is absolutely political now, and that is how the story is playing out.
And why are these people, it's a political appointment without doubt. Priyanka and Tom Vaddakan, you can both come in. By the way, I want to make a disclosure. Tom Vaddakan, associated with the media cell of the Congress party, is also here as a former member of the Film Certification Appellate Tribunal. This selective business. Oh, so much moral outrage. Oh, we are artists. We are cultural people. We don't like political interference. Then why were you quiet when the Congress government was in power? How much hypocrisy can there be, Ira Bhaskar? In September 2013, Leela Samson said 90% of the panel members appointed by the government for clearing movies in India are uneducated and an embarrassment. And in September, the Information and Broadcasting Ministry under Manish Tiwari appointed 2 Congress workers to the Punjab regional office of the CBFC. Did Leela Samson resign then? No. So as long as your political benefactors do what they do, it's all right. But as long as your political benefactors change, Tom Vaddakan, I'm sorry to be blunt tonight. As long as the moment your political benefactors change, you want an honest reason for an exit.
You're completely wrong. I'm not a member of the Congress party.
Pardon me?
Now, nor am I a benefactor. In what sense? Can you prove to me how I'm a benefactor of
these
this?
Are these appointments made by the previous government or not?
I'm sorry.
Are these appointments made by the previous government or not?
In what way have I benefited from the Congress party?
I am saying, are these appointments made by the previous government or not?
Or no, was she deserving of that appointment? That should be the question.
Today,
who appointed her?
I was also as a member.
That is not the question.
When the BJP government is in power, I'm also
all the rules and regulations.
I was also on the selection committee for films for the IFFI. What does it mean?
Ms. Bhaskar, why are you getting so outraged? Is it politically convenient? And I will make the point.
No, because you are making allegations.
I am raising pertinent questions, and here's my question. If it's difficult for you, then take it. My point is,
if you listen to someone, Arnab.
Ms. Bhaskar, my question, it is politically convenient for Leela Samson to allege recent cases of interference in the functioning of the Censor Board by the ministry when she had repeatedly, during her tenure when the UPA was in power, pulled up the then government, calling into question dubious appointments. Why did she not resign then? Why didn't she resign then?
Because
Because Sonia Gandhi was running the Congress party and the Congress party was in power.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. These are precisely the questions. If you look at the letter that we sent to the minister in December 2013, it will be clearer to you, and we can release that to the press.
No, Miss Bhaskar.
That letter is available with the ministry.
Priyanka, yes, Priyanka. Priyanka was responding to Vani Tripathi.
Arnab, Arnab, I'd just like to mention one thing very categorically. Appointment of someone who was worthy of that appointment, I do not know why is it being challenged or questioned. Resignation, whether she should resign, whether she should continue in her job is something that she had to decide. The job was to ensure that she does her job with entire integrity, and she does what is as per the rules and regulations of that particular board. Having said that, now she they went through the proper procedure, went through a revising committee, through an examining committee, and both the committees decided not to give them the certification and referred it to the tribunal. This is where the question arises, where there are some members who have said that the tribunal, which usually takes weeks to clear up a movie, took just a single day to pass this particular movie. The hurry is something which is the government with the Information Broadcasting Ministry needs to explain, considering that the Home Ministry also had spoken about this movie, that it can cause law and order issues. We know Rahim also has criminal charges. He's facing criminal charges. We also know that this movie was trying to promote some kinds of myth, some kind of miracle cures, etc. So
have you seen the movie? No, 1 second, 1 minute. Priyanka Chaturvedi, 1 minute. Priyanka Chaturvedi, 1 minute. You are saying, Priyanka, you are saying that there's a problem with this movie.
Why you make it political?
No, Priyanka, you are saying.
The ministry itself has issued caution as far as.
Priyanka Chaturvedi, you are saying today that this movie is promoting some kind of myth. Okay, the movie is absurd. I've said so myself. A man who calls himself a messenger of God spends money on his own movie, extremely controversial man facing charges of rape and murder. That's absurd. But tell me, there are movies, Tum Mere Ho and Nagin, in which people transform into snakes. What is that, an educational movie? Jani Dushman and Karan Arjun. One second. Jani Dushman and Karan Arjun movies depicting rebirth. 1 second. Bhoot Returns. Vastu Shastra. Purana Mandir, Purani Haveli, movies depicting ghosts and spirits.
Arnab, there's a huge difference. No, Arnab,
movies depicting aliens.
The difference.
Did Leela Samson resign then? No, you want to find an excuse to resign, you can find an excuse to resign. Priyanka.
No, it's not. No, Arnab, it's not just about an excuse.
There is one movie which everyone who's watching it knows it's a fictitious story, and people can choose to believe it, not believe it. So when it's a self-promotion movie where he makes himself look like a Superman, hero, Batman or whatever, also we must keep in mind that he influences.
No, but has Leela Samson resigned over
the rural areas of this country?
Okay, so tell me, what has Leela Samson resigned over? Has Leela Samson resigned over this movie Messenger of God? Has she resigned because there is corruption? Has she resigned because there is political interference?
She has clearly mentioned there's political interference.
So prove it.
She, as a responsible chairperson of CBFC, this is something, if they constitute an investigation, I'm sure she will prove it. If she doesn't prove it, that's
good. Vani Tripathi.
We would be very clear as to who's wrong in the wrong.
Arnab, fantastic. I am very, very happy to hear this from the Congress spokesperson, that she has spoken about political interference, and then that must mean that she's written thousands of letters to the ministry on interference and the corruption charges in the past couple of months that the Narendra Modi government has been in place. Number two, in the April when her tenure got over, and when this government showed the grace and told the Censor Board Chief and the members to continue till another panel is put into place, then why did she not have a trouble with this?
Yeah.
And is this the first time a movie has become controversial and has gone to the Appellate Tribunal? I mean, recently we've had a lot of discussion over films like PK, Heather, oh my God. I mean, these were not movies which happened yesterday, they happened a while ago. Why was the Censor Board Chief completely silent?
I don't know if Vani Tripathi has even been listening to what I've been saying. Before putting words in my mouth.
Arnab, the last thing, wait a minute, Miss Chaturvedi, you don't have your facts right. You absolutely don't have your facts right, but it's okay because you, despite being from the legal fraternity, you don't know what an appellate tribunal means. You don't know what an appellate tribunal means. That also looks very. But Arnab, there is another revelation. There is another revelation tonight that I want to do on your show.
Yes,
wait a minute, Ms. Chaturvedi. Arnab, there is one more revelation. Please take out the records of the Censor Board and see how many times the chairman actually saw the movie in the past couple of years whenever there was a bone of contention about the creative content of a film. And you will know and you will realize how much of activity Ms. Leela Samson did in the Censor Board whenever a question of this kind of contention came up. And that's a revelation I'm making on your show. Please take out those records, ask the Censor Board for those records and you will know. So, shouting from the rooftop, finding excuses to resign and being provocative is one thing, but the truth and the creative content, whatever is in question, is another. And those two pictures don't match. They are a very, very sorry picture to see today.
Well, there have been no meetings. So I don't understand why has the head of the Censor Board resigned? Not one point. Tom Vaddakan wants to come. Do you have any idea? Did the Congress party nudge someone here?
Why would we ever do that?
Arnab,
Arnab,
if I'm given a
yes, Tom.
Arnab, this high level of debate, decibel level, except the lady who's from the Censor Board, I don't think anybody has a clue here how the system works. Let me tell you something. I've been 12 years on the Censor Board and apparently later was upgraded to the Appellate Board. Now, it's all very well to raise your decibel level and explain that meetings were not held or whatever. Now, let me tell you, there are few things that have not been... This is not about BJP and Congress. This is about the Film Censor Board. This is about the Appellate Board. What has the Appellate Board done? The issue is not... Censor Board objected to it, did not give it a certification. What does the Appellate Board do? Appellate Board issues a U certificate. You please notice, U certificate is essentially universal viewer. This film can be shown on television. And this has a very high viewership. The issue is, because Censor Board is built on the Cinematographic Act, not the BJP or the Congress. If there is an act, omission or commission under the Cinematographic Act, that is an illegal act. What the Appellate Board has done is asking for a U certificate. Now the whole question is, did some influences play any role?
No, name it. No, name it then. No, name it then. No, whose influences? Tom Vaddakan. Be direct. Be direct. If you are saying there have been influences, say so. Are you saying that Gurmeet Baba Rahim, who has BJP contacts, has used BJP contacts to push the movie through? Say so then. Don't speak in ifs and buts.
Arnab,
don't speak in ifs and buts.
If there is fingerprints all around, there are fingerprints all around.
Whose fingerprints?
The Dera I'll tell you what if you care to listen. Dera Soda and the BJP have been partners in Haryana. The elections were won. There is a distancing. Just a minute, let me complete. There is a distancing between the Akalis and this setup. What have they done? Has there been a
Vani Tripathi?
Nobody.
Vani Tripathi.
So the high decibel lady should
It's good, Arnab, that Mr. Vaddakan, because he's a very senior, mature political mind, one of the advisors to apparently one of the top leaders of the Congress party.
Save the sarcasm, Vani. Cut the sarcasm.
Of course, he's brought it out. No, Mr. Vaddakan, now that you have brought the issue to the fore, similarly, if you are talking about fingerprints, Mr. Vaddakan, what are the fingerprints on Miss Leela Samson? Do you want me to now start encapsulating the fingerprints on Miss Leela Samson?
What do you mean?
No,
what do you mean, Vani?
I will not indulge.
What do you mean?
So you are actually admitting. You are actually admitting the role of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Vani should be sharp, but not at this decibel level that no discussion can be held. Vani, your decibel level is very high. That doesn't mean you are talking the truth. Vani, listen to me. You are admitting by this
My decibel, no, my
BJP has
will bring out the
influenced the
truth.
censor board.
It will
Your
not drown the
admission is
lie that you are
obvious.
wallowing
It is
in. No,
obvious before the
absolutely not.
country.
So
you have
if
admitted
this is
clearly
about the
that
censor board
the
chief,
BJP has
if this is
influenced
about, no, Mr.
how they have done
Vaddakan,
it is a matter to be
if this is
investigated.
about, no,
Vani,
if this
you
is
are
about
not
the
a member.
censor
I know
board
how
chief,
it is
this
done.
is about the
How they do
creative
it.
content of the
Vani,
country.
your decibel level may be high,
You're-
but reality cannot be changed. Vani, you are a good spokesman.
No, that's
I admit
exactly
it.
what
But
I
at the
said.
same time,
Mr. Vaddakan, Mr. Vaddakan, when you talk about fingerprints, when you talk about fingerprints,
Can I be
please
direct?
also
Can I tell you what
look
you're talking
within.
about? You know, I don't like this
Look
fake
within, Mr.
diplomacy.
Vaddakan.
No, one
It
second.
is- it
Now
is- it
I'll
is a
simplify
shame
this issue.
That tonight we are discussing politics and not the censor board and
Vani
the creative
Tripathi,
content
Vani
of the
Tripathi, you know, theoretical debates can be done on other channels.
But the way you have started a discussion,
Yeah, so, you know, 1 second. 1 minute.
it
Tom
came into a
Vaddakan,
political scenario.
Tom
This is
Vaddakan
about
making a
censor board.
comeback on television after some time has come in a super aggressive mood. I can see that. Good to have you back, Tom. But then, Tom, why the hypocrisy?
Thank you, Arnab.
Thank you. But why the hypocrisy, Mr. Vaddakan? Why the hypocrisy? A same man called Tom Vaddakan who comes on the program, allow me to complete, and begins by saying, you know, Arnab, this is not a BJP Congress issue. And the entire fulcrum of your argument is that this is a BJP Congress issue. To which, and I like the fact this is direct.
Brilliant.
To which you say.
Brilliant. But why did I come to that?
Arnab,
why did I come to that?
Because it's a BJP Congress issue.
spokesman of
Because the members of the
BJP
censor board, including you, are all appointed by the Congress party. You are in power.
Creativity. This is about
What creativity?
This is censor board.
Who?
I was called here as an appellate board.
Mr.
So-
Vaddakan, I'll now simplify this and one second. Let me get Priyanka Chaturvedi, Ira Bhaskar on this. Therefore, let's come to the nub of the issue. The argument being made is that Leela Samson, close to the Gandhi family, on good terms, known to be close to the Gandhi family, on good terms with the previous Congress dispensation, did not resign when there was corruption, inactivity, other problems when the Congress party was in power, found the Filmi Baba movie an effective excuse and resigned without giving proof of what exactly the interference of the government was. So, it is a person known to be close to the Congress party quitting over a movie made by a person who the Congress alleges is close to the BJP. That's what it has come down to. Tom Vaddakan, like it or not, the politics of the censor board is out in the open. And I'm so happy it is Priyanka Chaturvedi wants to come into it. Ms. Bhaskar nods in disagreement.
If you have blood in the street, if you have blood in the street.
No, I do not nod in agreement. I'm amazed at this conclusion that you have reached.
I said you
I'm
nod
very
in
sorry.
disagreement. No, 1 second. Miss Bhaskar, I said, no.
Civilized India. Arnab, you can take it to any political level.
All right, let Tom complete. You can't have blood in the streets.